Alright guys, welcome to the course. So we're going to start off by showing you guys how we can just make a simple mashup to start off with, okay? What I mean by that is just using two tracks. For example, here we have one track, We Wanna Party. Okay, so we're going to use that track and we're going to use this track here, Fiesta Loca, and we're just going to change the drop. Okay, so this one goes like this. Okay, so this one's quite simple. Okay, all we're doing is we're going to kind of be fading it in. Okay, so I'll show you how we do it in a live mashup first, just to give you an idea. Okay, and later in the course we'll get into more advanced how we make mashups in a more advanced way using acapellas and stuff like that, but I just want to get you guys started. So before we go into Ableton or your software of choice, we're here in Rekordbox. Okay, so we're just going to see if these tracks work well together first. Okay, so quick disclaimer, I know they work well together because I've made this mashup, but this is something that you would go through in your own time just to see how they sound together. Okay, one way you can do that, okay, is if we play this track here. Okay, and these lined up actually. All right, okay, so all right, so first things first you'd make sure that the tracks are actually lined up. Okay, in order to do that, okay, you would go, see how this grid is slightly out of line. Okay, so you'd go into the one player mode in Rekordbox, go onto grid, okay, and just line it up there, and then you click this button down here which will set the beat grid correctly. Okay, and as you can see now, when it plays through, the grid's in time. See, you can see that first beat there on the grid, okay, is on time, and you can see it here as well. Okay, so that's all good. Let's just put a little cue point thing there. So if I just press 1 on the keyboard, that will put 1 there. I'm also going to put a cue point where I want the track to actually, where I'm going to start mixing the other track in from, which will be from here. Now this is kind of like doing a live mashup, which is another lesson, but I like to kind of just do this just to see how they sound. Okay, all right, so let's go back to the 2-player screen in Rekordbox. Okay, so you've got Fiesta Loca, the cue point is here, C. Okay, and so that would be 8 because it's on deck 2. Okay, so let's just play this, see how it sounds. All right, bringing it in. Okay, so quite smooth. Also kind of a bouncy song, so it matches We Wanna Party. Yeah, so I think that's a good mashup. Also, you can see the keys are the same, yeah? So it's a 4A, which is F minor. And We Wanna Party is also a 4A, yeah? So Fiesta Loca is 4A, We Wanna Party is also a 4A, okay? So it will tell you that in Rekordbox, yeah? It will also tell you in Serato. Also, if you have mixed in key, you can put the tracks into mixed in key. And that will also tell you the BPMs of the tracks, okay? So this is the most simplest way. We're using the same key and we're using tracks with the same BPM, okay? So what I would then do is I would drag them to my desktop, okay, which I've already done here. Okay, so on my desktop, I've got Fiesta Loca and We Wanna Party, okay. Open up Live, okay, or open up whatever software you have. I really recommend Live, okay, because everything kind of just snaps to the grid. And it's really good for mashups, yeah, for producing as well. You know, Fruity Loop's also good for producing, but especially for mashups, I really like using Live. Okay, and if you don't have it, you might be able to buy a light version, or you can find a cheeky download from somewhere. All right, so first things first, quick introduction to Ableton. Okay, so when you open it opens up like this. This is kind of a live mode, okay, for maybe DJs or people who are playing kind of like live instruments. They're playing their sets like this, okay. Not many DJs do that, but there are some that have that kind of style. All right, so you want to switch into this mode up here, yeah, where you got the whole screen and you got the MIDI channels and the audio channels. All right, so yeah, you just drag the file in that you want first. Okay, so we want a party is kind of like the intro, so I'll put that on top. Okay, and it just slots in there. Okay, and we can double click and then we'll get this screen here, and you can see it's warping and it's 128 BPM. Now I don't like to have it warped if I don't have to, because it might change the characteristics of the sound a bit. Okay, so I turn off the warp, okay, and I'm going to set this to 128. Okay, so BPM up there, 128, okay. And then you can go back and you can check the BPMs of the track, yeah, okay. So we want a party is 128, let me just check. Fiesta Loca, that was also 128, okay. So this is the simplest way for you guys to make a mashup, all right? And we'll get into more advanced stuff later. All right, so we want a party. And because we set it to 128, this loop kind of feature is very tight onto the grid, okay? So you can see how it's kind of perfectly in sync, yeah? Okay. That's the build up, and then this bit will be the drop, right? Okay, so we're kind of mainly focused on this bit around here, because that's where we're going to do the kind of transition, okay? As you can see, the screen's a bit big, so I'm just going to pull that down there to give me more space, okay? Okay, move that across a bit. Okay, so basically just dragging and dropping now. So I'm going to get Fiesta Loca, drag this one across. Okay, I don't know why it's taking so long to load up. All right. Oh, what has happened there? Okay. We are back. Okay, so if you want to solo the track, okay, you can go to the channel here and it says S, so you click that and then you'll only hear this track that's playing. So let's listen to Fiesta Loca. Okay, great. Remember, let's double click and take off the warp, because both of the tracks are 128 BPM, so they don't need to be warped. Okay, now let's find the drop, okay. Okay, that's not the drop. Okay, so here, where I've got this magnifying glass here, okay, so you can see cursor, hand, yeah. So when it's a cursor, you can just click. When it's a hand, you can move it around, okay. When you go to the top of a bar, you can move that along. If you go right just above it here, okay, it becomes a magnifying glass, okay. So if I hold down my left mouse, I can go in and out like that, okay. So we don't even need this part of the track, okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to press Command E, okay, and you can see it split the track, okay. So I've got that bit there and this bit here, okay. Let's put it back, okay. So that's Command E, yeah. If you do it in the wrong place, you can do Command Z, okay, and that will redo what you did, okay. But yeah, I'm just going to get rid of this piece of I'm just going to get rid of this intro part because we don't need it at the moment. So I'm going to do what is it? So Apple E. So I'm going to drag this out of the way. Yeah, I might need it later, probably won't, to be honest, but I'm just going to leave it there, okay. All right, so now what I really want to do is line up the drop of Hey We Wanna Party, okay, with the drop of Fiesta Loca, okay. So once I've lined up the drop, then I can start mixing the build up, okay. So let's find the drop for We Wanna Party. So let's go back on solo, We Wanna Party. Okay, I think it's around here, 33, okay. Bingo, yeah. Okay, bang on there. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll leave this as a kind of marker, and then I'll try and find Fiesta Loca, the drop. Okay, so let's put it on solo, spacebar to play. Alright, so it's before that. So that's the build up. So this looks like the drop, yeah? So I'll drag that to around here. Okay, is that spot on? Okay, that sounds like it's bang on actually. And then you can zoom out and you can even check the waveforms, yeah? So you can check that these are lined up, okay? And as you can see, it's lined up nicely there, yeah? Because generally they're the kick drums, okay? And then you can play both together just to see that they are lined up, okay? Okay, so you can see they're perfectly lined up, all right? Okay, let me just change the audio to the speakers. So you can go into preferences, go into audio, okay? And you can audio output device. Okay, I'm going to use external headphones because that's actually linked to my speakers. Okay. Okay, and then it's kind of up to you, decisions, all right? Then it's kind of up to you which parts of the track you kind of want to play. So this is where you can get creative, okay? So both of these tracks are in time, okay? And then it's up to you to think about what parts of the track you want, okay? So let's listen again, just soloing this. Okay, so that's got a good energy. What about this bit here? So that is quite nice, okay? Maybe you could play them together. But for the sake of this mashup, I'm going to keep it super simple. All I'm going to do is show you how you can change the drop in a kind of smooth way, okay? So here we go. All right, so what I'm going to do, listen again here. Okay, so we're going to have that hey, hey, hey going to about here, okay? And then we're going to smoothly change it to this Fiesta Loca drop. Okay, so there's a few ways you could do this. Simply, you could just do it in volume, one going up, one going down. That's a very kind of raw way of doing it. Or you could get a EQ, high EQ, low EQ. Or what I like to use, which is very smooth, is the auto filter. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to do that. All right, so go into effects. Okay, I've already got my effects kind of grouped there, but if you go down here, it will show audio effects. Okay, audio effects are here. I can do another tutorial another time about how to do that and put them all in colors, right? But yeah, as for now, we're going into audio effects. Like I said before, you could use an EQ and just EQ the lows out of each one and cross them over. But we're going to use the auto filter, which is a lot smoother. Okay, so put the auto filter on this channel. And then again, we're going to put the auto filter on this channel. Okay, so I've got an auto filter, okay, on both channels. Okay, so on Hey We Wanna Party, you can see the auto filter down here is not doing anything. Okay, what I want it to do is I want it to kind of go and kind of fade out in a high pitch kind of range. Right, so as you can see here on the settings, I'd want to go to the low cut. At the moment it's on high cut, yeah? So we want it on a low cut, okay? And then you can see here that it's already cut everything out. So if I played that from there, you wouldn't hear anything because it's cutting it out, right? So to turn on automation, we go this button here, automation on, auto filter, and filter type. But we don't want filter type, we want frequency. So click on frequency, and then you get this tiny red line. And as you can see, the filter has filtered all the frequency up. So it's starting from, you could kind of say, the off position, where it's kind of already filtered 12.5K of all the sounds, yeah? So what you can do is give one click there, okay? And then one click here and drag it down, okay? And as you can see, it's moving along the bottom too, right? And that will play the track again, okay? Okay, so you can see that how that's kind of fading out now, and then we'll do the kind of the opposite with this track, because this one's going to be coming in. So this one's going to be coming in. We're actually going to leave it on the low cut, because we're going to start with low and then we're going to build in the high, as it were, yeah? So again, we're going to go to auto filter and we're going to go to frequency, okay? And if I click here, okay, that's kind of the point where we want it to come in, okay? But obviously we're going to bring it in slowly. So now it's going to be off at the beginning, so now it's not playing at all, and it's going to come in, yeah, in a sweeping kind of sound, bringing in this low filter. Let's listen to it on its own. So it's kind of doing the opposite of what this one's doing, okay? So that will give quite a smooth effect. So let's listen to those together. Okay, and then you can adjust these to your taste, really. So like maybe you want more of that, hey, we want a party bit, you don't want it to fade out so quickly, you can either drag this down to here, okay, all right, and then make a cut maybe there, okay, because you don't want that track playing once it's dropped, okay, and then maybe it will play a little bit of more of that, hey, we want a party bit, yeah. Let's listen now. Yep, so it's kind of up to you, yeah? This is all about being creative, yeah? It's up to you where you put that. Also, if you press shift, is it shift or alt? Yeah, once you get, yeah, alt, when you see the cursor turn with that little curve, it means if you hold it down, you can actually make a curve, okay? That will maybe be a little bit smoother, yeah? So curve and a curve. Okay, let's listen to that. Okay, all right. So that's how you can kind of blend that first drop. Okay, this is the simplest mashup that you can make, yeah? We're not putting any other effects in there. We're not using acapellas. I'm just showing you this one at the beginning of the mashup course because it's just one you can do really quickly, simply, but it's very effective. I've made quite a few mashups like this, okay? Nothing wrong with doing it. Just for the sake of this tutorial, we're going to make a short edit, okay? So I'm going to grab some beats at the back of this Fiesta Loca here, just the beats at the back, yeah, without the kind of drop. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so you can see from here, yeah, it just turns into straight up beats, so we can use that as an outro. I'm just going to put a cut. Okay, I'm going to drag that and I'm going to put it on this first drop at the end of this first drop. And it's also got a nice little white noise bit, which you can see. So if I play that, you'll be able to hear it on its own. So we can keep that in there, okay? And then this will come in. Yeah, it'll just be the outro. I'm going to click on this other segment here and just press 0, yeah, which is going to mute that part, okay? Let's see that. Let's see how that sounds. Bah, can't speak. Haven't even been drinking. Okay, simple short edit, okay? However, there was 2 kind of kick drums going on at the same time there, which you don't want. So you can see this has a kick, and there's also a kick here. So what one should we choose? Well, this track's coming in, so let's choose, well, we want the tail of that, don't we? Okay. The simplest way would just be to go like that. Okay, just create a kind of chop and then 0 to mute it. Let's see how that sounds. Maybe that sounds good. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, because this is the simple mashup. All right, so that's done. All right, and then I'll get the loop kind of holder thing there. What do you call this line thing? The loop adjuster line thingy majig. Yeah, we'll get that. Just to put it like that. Okay. And that's pretty much it. On the master, I'm not really going to put anything because, you know, if you put a limiter, it can kind of squash the sound a bit. And there's not really that much on here anyway. So I'm just going to leave it like that, to be honest. Sometimes I use a limiter, but I don't think it's really needed for this one. Okay, and there's your mashup. Starts like that. Okay, and then it goes into the beats there. So it's a nice short edit, okay? And we like short edits because, you know, you can mix a lot faster with short edits, okay? And they're very useful. Okay, if you go on a lot of the DJ record pools, oftentimes they'll be making a lot of short edits. So there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, file, export it now. Okay, oh, don't forget to save it actually. So if you go file, save live set as, you can call it, let's call it, We Wanna Party versus Fiesta Loca, and then put your name there. Okay, and make sure you put it in your correct folder. So I got music, projects, mashup projects, okay, and I'll save that in there. Okay, and then you can actually export, same file, then you go to export, okay, and here just make a note of the settings. So I don't really touch anything, okay, but I do have it on WAV, yeah, just to make sure the quality stays good, because if you have it on like MP3 or something, it might reduce the quality. For mashups, I like to keep them as a WAV when I actually do this exporting thing, then I can convert it later if I want to. All right, so export. Now, if you guys really want to take your mashups to the next level and get bigger and higher paying gigs, this VIP mashup plus press kit course is just for you. So what's inside this course? Okay, in this VIP course, I'm going to show you guys exactly how to make a mashup with an original acapella. I'll show you where I get my acapellas. I'll show you how to import them correctly. I'll show you how to put them in key, how to put the tempo of the acapella correctly with the tempo of the song in a really quick, easy step. Okay, so this VIP course is not just about making mashups. Don't get me wrong, it covers everything you need to know about making a professional mashup, but I wanted to help you guys get bigger and better paying gigs starting from tomorrow. Therefore, I'm including a template of my own personal 10-page press kit that I have used to land thousands of pounds in gigs, higher paying gigs, festival gigs, okay? So this is invaluable. As an experienced DJ and a promoter myself, I've seen thousands of press kits and I've taken the best ideas from all of them and combined them into one 10-page press kit template that you guys can use. You don't need any experience, you don't need any extra software. I've got a video for you guys explaining how you can put your own pictures directly into my template. It's super easy. Not only this, I also want you guys to be really prepared for the next gig you have. So guys, I'm going to give you something that no other DJ in the world will ever give you. They will never reveal it, okay? But whatever, I'm feeling generous, okay? I wouldn't even give this to my best friend, okay? This is 10 set lists ranging from EDM, club gigs, hip-hop sets, 5-hour open format bar gigs that I've done in the last year. These set lists are golden and I really can't put a value on them, but I want you guys to get a good start, so I'm including them in this course. Finally, you'll also have access to our VIP Facebook engagement group where you can network with other DJs, you can share your mashups, get more likes and more follows on your socials. So this group is really designed to help you guys grow your fan base, network with other DJs so you can start getting bigger and better paying gigs ASAP. So guys, in this course you get the ultimate mashup VIP course with 16 videos plus my personal press kit template which you can use straight away today. Just put your own photos in there. And that itself is worth $100 if you got a designer to do it, okay? On top of that, the 10 done for you set lists, you know, each set list for me is worth at least like 30 or 40 bucks. I really don't want to give them away, but hey, I'm just trying to give you guys as much value as possible straight away. And don't forget the access to the Facebook engagement group where you can engage with other DJs, like each other's mashups and help to boost your social media. Okay guys, so there's so much value in this course. You'll only see this window once. Take action right now. Get everything right now. This special offer won't last forever. Click the link below and let's get started.